All right, sports fans. Well, I don't know if you guys heard about it yet. I think I mentioned it about a week or so ago because it was in in Revolver News. The Transition Integrity Project. So the Transition Integrity Project was the actual coup against Donald Trump. We actually now have the documentation on it. We got some kind of concept about how far it reached. It got up to now 10 senators who had their communications monitored. We got a whole bunch of people who apparently ended up on a list because of who they voted for. That's the Transition Integrity Project. So now we've got this kind of issue here, right? People keep shooting us. There's this mob of black-clad maniacs who's allowed to attack us all the time. They get to walk around with masks on and assassinate people. And, it looks like there was a widespread conspiracy by the Democratic Party to enable this kind of thing. And they actually they documented it. And so somebody might even try to kind of do this thing why would they document something that probably would end up being illegal? Because they didn't think they'd get caught. And like most terrorists, Marxists, Islamic wackos, they record the horrible shit they do to people because in the long run they think that they'll end up being praised for it. Okay. There's a lot going on here. I'm going to just let everybody just go. There we go. There we go, yeah. Let everybody. I'm in no real hurry. I got my dinner. I got my din-din. I got my eggnog. I got my coldies. Oh. And yeah, I remember I was thinking about this. It's like, no. You're going to have groceries, but you're going to have to walk slow. Because we got you dead to rights now. Now we have you literally, Democrats, progressives, socialists, liberals, anybody who has a problem with Trump. Now you've got the problem of, motherfucker, you don't believe in the democratic process and your official leadership, your representatives on the streets, you all were working in cahoots. Now it's starting to turn out that there was even trying to gin up more shit using BLM, counting on Antifa to do things, trying to get them to aid in going after us physically in the fucking streets in the form of counter-protest. This is usurpation, this is sedition, this is treason, this is hanging. We are now at the stage where it's like, motherfuckers, if this were, wait till Nick gets big enough to start tying knots. There we go. Wait till Nick is big enough that he's got a whole bunch of big full-size men who are like, kid, you got a point about them. Because now you guys, you're bequeathing this to yourselves. You all better fucking hope that Donald Trump is fucking merciful. Because with this, there's no way around this. The Transition Integrity Project. And why transition integrity? Because of the term, a smooth transition of power that was said over and over again. And so now we know what exactly, we got the documentation on what that was supposed to mean. Uh-oh, Pookie's on the run. What's going on, Pook? So, this is fascinatingly bad for you guys. Because really what it is now the GOP should go hammer and tongs on this. Transition Integrity Project should be every other state. There is no midterm. No, there is a party that absolutely is proven they will plot against the Democratic process, and that they will plot against their political opponents, and that voting to them never mattered. Hence 20 million votes just magically not appearing. It wasn't people stayed home. That's what these quasi-gays, they aren't brave enough to take it up the ass. Destiny will suck a cock, but he won't take it up the ass. And so that's what's up now. That is what is up. We know what you guys are. There's no more debating it. Groypers, you are completely vindicated. Now it's just a matter of how angry do you want to get, because you're totally justified. You literally live in a country that one of your political parties actively plots against white males, whites in general, actively plots against the Christian faith. This is now no longer where there's a thing called a liberal Christian, or a Christian who votes Democratic. No, this is just somebody who is just like, the Mennonites in the Third Reich. He doesn't want to bother us, so why should we have a problem? Why should we stand up for the Christian faith? Why should we stand against a socialist government that has pagan parades, and uses pagan symbology, and shuts down whole churches, arrests people on behalf of them being too religious, and possibly them usurping the Third Reich. It's now you guys you're in that, you're there. You've arrived. You have arrived. We're right. You're just totally wrong now. There is no way of you all being correct. You're legitimately the bad people. You're the bad guys now. You're the baddies. It's documented. Your leadership of your party was going to actually try to come up with a way of taking out the political opposition with the coercive power of government. We are not doing that. We're arresting people who break the law. Period. You guys were going to try to gin up an extrajudicial system so that you could, people were speaking hatred. So now you get to do whatever you like. Whew. I've got a feeling it's going to really suck to be you Democrats in the next coming year. I've just got this feeling it's going to fucking suck to be you. All right. And remember, GOP, remember Groypers now. Really, I'm very serious about this. For all the many things, you now have absolute documentation. The Democratic Party is an anti-Catholic organization. They're anti-Catholic. Who knows what they feel toward the Fanuc Cardinals, but they hate you if you are really a Catholic, and if you're white. They really hate you. And now now it's up to you. And now it really is. And you really, a lot of Christians need to start making this very clear to the Democrats. You're an anti-Christian party, and we can't allow you to exist. You're literally a party that, for some strange reason, has a problem with one specific Christian denomination openly. And then we still don't know what they were doing with the Orthodox. So for those of you who are Orthodox, start looking into, were they starting to look into you guys? Because we know that there was supposedly the FBI was going to get people to infiltrate ROCOR churches. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at, Democrats. So now this there's nothing about this. You're the bad guys who don't like democracy, and we're the Americans. And you all should go to France. They need conscripts.